Because, of course, a lot of what you have talked about so far and a lot of the work that you've done in the past has been intimate areas. That being the case, and given that I think you told me last time, there's a whole day spent on communication and consent on the visceral training course that you used to run. What procedure do you go through if you are having to do an intimate examination or an internal technique of some sort?
Very rarely do an internal. I kind of gave that up. I mean, I taught it in the postgrad course early on for coccyx release and so on, but actually over the years I discovered that you didn't need to do that at all. If you just worked around the pelvic floor muscles, you could eradicate it. If it was going to be one that responded well, it would respond without doing an internal. So internals, largely for me, I don't need to do, but the intimate areas are close to those regions.
Yes.
So the usual protocol is you discuss beforehand the rationale for what you want to do. I usually get up a little picture of what I'm going to do, the area I'm going to be involved in, demonstrate on a little model, my little anatomy model, pelvis, show them what I'm going to do, explain the pros and cons, and then say, go away and think about it, come back next week, and if you're happy, we'll go ahead. And I kind of leave it with them for a week to think about it.
What are the current guidelines about this? I mean, I know for internal work, you have to give them a 24-hour cooling off period, I believe, before you're allowed under the GOSC regulations to do an internal procedure. Is that just your common sense rule for that, or is it laid down somewhere?
I don't know if it's laid down somewhere. I mean, I remember I wrote a booklet on it, which the GOSC largely took on board, word for word, verbatim, as I recall. Right. But I always think a week is a good time. They get a chance to go home, chat with their friends, chat with their husband, boyfriend, partner, whatever it might be. I like to give them a bit of time.
And do you get written consent? Or
always. Yeah. So I have a standard form, it explains what I'm going to do, why I'm doing it. They sign it, I sign it. That goes on the notes.